All right, so my name's Casey. This is Chris. We're colleagues at Mozilla working on WebVR. And so from the earliest days of when we started to talk about WebVR, myself, Josh, Vlad, Sivan, I mean, we always dreamed of this ability to be able to move between content and virtual reality. I mean, what's not to like about moving to place and sort of transitioning into and discovering content through the hyperlink, right? So this is like a fundamental sort of portion of what we believe the web should be, and we want to carry this idea to WebVR, right? And so just to kind of frame things a little bit, let's talk a little bit about, the sort of mental model that we have to have when we're talking about moving through web pages in VR, right? So the traditional sort of model of a page, right, and then information on that page, and then links that sort of tie that all together. I mean, we need to start to think about it as like moving through worlds and places within those worlds and traveling between those different experiences that you have. And so the interesting thing about links, we're still early on. I mean, we're working on the display and the input systems for VR, but one of the most exciting parts of this spec has just started to sort of make its way into some of what we've been thinking all along here. And it's and I thought that it would be really important to talk about the responsibility of what we have to do here to preserve the future of the web and what we know of it, right? And as we start to develop browsers, we need to start to think about these things and preserve those aspects. Holy shit. So, preserve user control, security, and openness, all right? So, user control, like it's very important that with links, users have a choice of where to go and how to get there, right? We want to preserve that ability, right? Right, we want it to be secure, no surprises, right? So all the, oh man, where are my notes? Protect the user from any surprises they might encounter, cross-site scripting, HTTPS, content security model, URLs, that kind of transparency of the user knowing where they're going. It's really important to have. And the openness, right? The link, the behaviors around window location and navigation behavior, all that stuff is all really well known, and it enforces the interoperability within the web, right? And that's a very important aspect. So I think when we start to develop these browsers, start to talk navigation, we're going to have to really consider these at a very deep level. So it's our responsibility to make sure that all these aspects of navigation through the web are preserved in that. So now we have a demo here of link traversal working. But, we were literally hacking on this just days ago. Oh, okay, well. As with live demos, we don't really have time to get this thing hooked up. So I've got some videos. All right, so this is an early example of moving around in a web page, right? We've got links that have like a 360 panorama where you put on your head like a hat to traverse those links, right? So we've been working on those ideas, right? Again, this is just one possible representation of the link, right? But a lot of the things that we're talking about really need to be considered. This is sort of like the icing on the cake, but the fundamental sort of pieces that we need to consider as part of the navigation within WebVR is something we really have to think about a lot. So, anything else to add?
Yes.
30 seconds?
Okay, so it's worth noting that this is right now something that hasn't been finished or discussed at length in the WebVR API. So what we are going to propose with a functional demo with the Rift, going from page to page, staying in VR, make sure you check out the demo, and this is more an invitation of what is the design, what does the implementation look like? Casey talked about the why, we want to talk about the how. Okay, so stay tuned, and breakout sessions, feedback welcome. Thank you.